Hello, Bayport-Blue Point. Hope everybody out there is doing well as can be expected. My friends from the Bayport-Blue Point Library asked me to be a guest here today and answer a couple of questions they had for me. I guess it's done in part based upon the fact that I am the chairman of the Seed Foundation, which is our local Bayport-Blue Point Education Foundation, and I also happen to be the president of the Bayport Civic Association. So, given those two things, I was asked a couple of questions, starting with, as chairman of the Seed Foundation and president of the Bayport Civic, is there anything you'd like the community to be aware of? I think the best advice I can give everybody right now is just to hang in there. We've all done a good 6 weeks of this hunkering down. I know people are going out of their minds and bored and everything else, but we've now invested in this. And it would be a shame to see it wasted by trying to do things a little too quickly. But I think the best thing for everyone to do is just use your common sense, be calm as you possibly can, and hang in there. When the medical experts tell us things look good to go, or at least we're ready to start slowly venturing outward and taking on those normal day-to-day activities, that's the time to do it, and hopefully we're getting pretty darn close to that. And just be kind to your neighbors. Again, everybody, you're feeling the stress, I'm feeling the stress. So anything you can to reduce the stress amongst us, I think goes a long way. And never has been more important, I think, to be kind to your neighbors and do the best you can to be positive and not negative. My grandmother used to always say, being negative, that's easy. Being positive is the hard part. Second question was, with school buildings closed, has Seed adapted to the pandemic? Well, not really. What's happened, a big part of what Seed is it interacts with the student body to elevate the educational experience. And the main ways we do that are through activities that obviously involve lots of people. For example, this past month in April would have been our annual Seed Celebration of Science Night at the high school gym, where we do a district-wide science fair featuring our 5th grade kids from each of the 3 elementary schools, doing their science projects and interacting with the high school kids and the middle school kids and their projects, and just trying to get them all excited about the world of STEM out there. And obviously we couldn't do that this year. I mean, to the kids' credit and the teachers as well, each kid did do their own science project individually, and a lot of them were able to tape it and share it with others through that mechanism. But obviously not having the gym and the big 300 people plus that we have there every year diminishes the effect of what usually is a great evening. The other thing we're usually gearing up for this time of year is our Excellence in Education dinner. That features 6 high school graduating seniors that are chosen by their peers to be acknowledged for their achievements through high school and their academic career. And they in turn choose 3 teachers that had the best impact upon them during their elementary, high school, and middle school schooling experiences. So that's usually a great night that we have at Harbor Crab. It's a dinner that really highlights both our educators and our students. That's not happening this year either. The one thing we usually are doing this year, and we are moving ahead with, is our annual scholarship. We just received the seniors' essays, and we're reviewing them as a board, and we're looking forward to awarding our annual scholarship. I'm not sure how that's going to be done exactly. It's usually done at the Senior Awards evening, which again is done at the in the auditorium at the high school. But I think Dr. Harney is working on doing something probably virtually, and that probably leads into the next question that asked me about in the pandemic, what new has happened to you? What have you learned, and what have you gained from it? And I'd probably say on a personal level, and I think I probably share this with a lot of people, I've gotten a little more tech savvy. So I'm shooting this video with the assistance of my son Billy, who is a communications major at Plattsburgh. Unfortunately, he's home, as is my daughter, who is supposed to be graduating FIT next week at Radio City. So I know our hearts go out to the seniors and the high school kids missing out on their high school sports and their graduation, but obviously it affects the college kids as well. And so that's an interesting aspect of this whole thing. We're a close-knit family of four again, which has its ups and downs. I think the parents might enjoy it more than the kids, but here we are. So back to my technology point. I think if you asked me what Zoom was, I would have said it was a show from the 70s before this all started. Now I've conducted, I can't even tell you how many meetings on Zoom, both with the Civic and Seed, and I'm also the president of the Sable Rotary Club, and we do our weekly meetings on Zoom. I think the other pluses during the pandemic is we've all gotten to check off a lot of things on our to-do list. And that includes, I think my garage has never been cleaner. The bathroom renovation is well underway that my wife and I are working on. Everything seems to be pretty ship-shape and order inside the house. And finally, I think if anybody in the household is winning, and it probably is true through many households in Bayport-Blue Point and across America, is the dog is loving it. He's never been on more walks. He's never had more entertainment and playtime in his life with us. So if there's one of the five of us that's really enjoying this, that would be the family dog. So I think the big question is, what do I miss most about the Bayport-Blue Point community? And I think the answer to that's simple. I miss interacting with my neighbors and friends. The socialization that a small community brings is so important. It's very important that we continue as best we can to support our local businesses. I miss going into the Bayport Flower House or the fish store and just meeting up with people and just talking about whatever might be happening around town. And they're always so supportive of our community, and it's our turn to turn around and help support them as they struggle through this tough time as well. So with that, I'd say when this is all over, my one urging, another question on the sheet here, is get people more involved in their community. I mean, we realize how terrible it is being locked up. When we all get set free and get loose, do something to help your community, give back to your community, just like the library does, just like so many people in our community that we're blessed to have. There's so many unbelievable organizations. If you're not part of one, try to be part of one, and if you're part of one already, try to join another one. You can't do enough community service, in my mind anyway, and I urge you all to do that. In the meantime, stay safe, be well, and I look forward to seeing you real soon. Take care.